here was that if I don't learn how to build debt, I'm not going to keep people in the business, because not everyone is like me. So I decided to get good at debt. And you need to decide at getting good at debt. And I'm not going to give you specifics about how to build debt. But the principle is that you need to get good at building bases in a leg. And a base is someone who has multiple legs. A base is not just someone who's introduced 7 or 8 people or 10 people, whatever you have for Leaders Club, 5, and then goes Leaders Club. A base is someone who actually has multiple legs. A base would be someone in your leg who can be 20 plus VIP. That's a real base. It's very unlikely that that person will not stay in the business. And even if he doesn't, you will have someone to work with under him. That's the base. Now, I just, counseled a person in India who is very good at sponsoring people personally. And, as usual, they have added another 10 person they've introduced in just last 2 months. Really effective. And I asked them, how many out of these 10 people that you have signed up have actually, have you got to sign up to their list? And not a single person. Now, if that happens, that the person signs up 5 people, consistently new people, hey, I'm fed up, I'm going to move ahead, sign up 5 people, or 6 people, or 10 people, and not a single one of those has got started up properly, and there is a person from the list. What does that mean? Does it mean that every single person they sponsor is an idiot? Well, it could mean that. But in most cases, it's actually the leader's fault. I guarantee you that if a leader here in this room with focus had the same 10 people, at least a few of them would have started up and you would have got results. So building that is getting results and getting bases in there, and that's how you secure your leg, and that's how you make it bigger, and that's how you keep people in the business. You keep people in the business by the system. We are obsessed promoting meetings, and the meetings obviously shows you who the right person is. The meetings helps you to choose who to work with, and it helps people to stay in the business. But if you predictably want to keep people in the business, you need to get good at getting a leg deeper. Now, I'm trying, but I can't. Okay, I remember sitting down with Mitch many years back, and I just couldn't get results. I could not do follow-ups in people's homes. That was the problem. If you have heard the Networking 101, see this, he speaks about the person who we sat down with and counseled, who could not get into people's homes to do follow-ups and startups. That was me. And it's like, I have not told that to my leaders in India until I became secure enough to share it. But I really could not do it. I just showed a lot of plans. I met people in coffee shops outside, and I didn't get sign-ups. I get good plans, but no results. And Mitch just told me one thing. If I would give you $1 million for fixing up a plan in someone's home tomorrow, would you be able to do it? And my whole paradigm shifted, and I realized, yes, of course, for $1 million I would do it. For going silver or platinum, that income I probably wouldn't. And I realized, and I got good at it after that. So debt is the same thing. Debt is not something you pick up by just being in the business for a long time, honestly. Debt is a deliberate decision that you must get results on the people if you don't want to lose them. 10 days, 15 days, the person is gone if you don't have results under him. That's how it is in India, that's how it is in other markets I work this business, and that's how it used to be in Australia when I was here as well. Maybe things have changed here, you don't need to get results under people in the last 10 years since I've been to business here, but I assume it's the same thing here. You must get results. I just got fed up of losing people who are good by me not getting results under them. So how to do this is not such a big deal if you decide to do it when they join, and it's a focus. So the second point of building trust is that you build trust by getting results on the people in there, because they stay in the business and they can get to know you rather than you're losing them. Third point about building trust is people skills, and we all need to change. We all need to become different in certain areas. So people skills is an important part. I personally have to change certain things, obviously, but I don't think that the focus should be on personal change. If the focus is on your goals and on activity, then personal change is something that happens. I used to be extremely unpunctual, always consistently late. Not really out of arrogance, but I used to like schedule one thing in Campbelltown and then a second thing in Parramatta, in Sydney. It was like impossible to get from one place to the other in the right time. But I used to be late for everything. After a while I figured out, if I'm always late, I'm losing people. They don't trust me if I'm late. So I changed that. I used to be very disorganized in many ways. I changed that. I became obsessed with having my group under control. I have a good office in India running my business as well, all the practical details. That's why we can be away so much. We have people employed to take care of admin things. And that works like a clock because I'm focused, I'm organized, and that's what I've duplicated in my group. So I'm a sanguine, I hear that a lot. Meaning, I'm not organized, I'm late because I'm a sanguine, or I'm a choleric, which means that I can bulldoze people as much as I want. Don't use the personality class book as an excuse to do things that you like to do. Because people skills is something you need to work on. Being a sanguine is not like a chronic disease for being late all the time. It's something you can change if you're serious about the business. I have this person in the group who is as much of a choleric as I've ever seen in my life. But he lost his whole identity in being a choleric. And he's not working on it. And 12 years later, he's got this massive lane full of platinums that I built, and he's not allowed to work in that lane, literally, because he just blows out people all the time, and he's proud of it. And he says, I'm a choleric. Well, you're intolerant, you're insensitive, you're kind of stupid. That's not being a choleric. A choleric in this business learns people skills and learns how to deal with people in a proper way, or they won't grow. I've never seen anyone losing as many good legs as he has lost in the last 12 years. And he still walks around, I'm a choleric. So it's things we need to change. Learn how to apologize, learn how to be sensitive to people. People skills